I think it's the wrong intro.
STWFTV is not responsible for the opinions, ideas, and statements expressed on the Chop Up. The views shared by hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of STWFTV. Listener discretion is advised.
Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop. The chop, boy. Word, oh yeah, man, you know, good shit, homie. I'm trying to get you higher on that Henny. The chop, boy. I got what you want. Chop, chop, chop. The chop, boy. Man, I got the roll right here. The chop, boy. The chop, boy. You know what I mean? When that reading shit, you know what I mean? The chop, boy. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop.
So, funny story. we got me running the show today, clearly making mistakes out the gate. Just played the whole chop up intro. This is the play call sheet. I mean, no, not even that. It's the Parlay Perspective. Man, the change got me all messed up, changing all these shows. But yeah, I had to link up, but for some reason the song was it was the intro to the chop up. But nah, don't be fooled. This is the Parlay Perspective. I'm here with my guy, Took. What's good, brother?
What's the word with it, man? Hump day, baby. We talking sports here.
Yes, we are. And the number one Scottish, my man Mike. What's good, brother?
What up, fellas?
We're gonna talk about some topics, man. We got a bunch to talk about. Try to get through it because we started a little late. First and foremost, trade deadline. Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah, seeing trade deadline.
MLB trade deadline. Yeah. So we got C.J. Abrams trade buzz to the Yankees. Yuck.
Yankees, Red Sox, and Brewers. Wayne said, man, he's a Washington National, correct?
I believe so. Yeah. Outfielder help Cody Bellinger the injury. Oh, that's for outfield help. Yep. Who's it?
Yeah,
Mason
so outfield
Miller?
help. Yeah, Mason Miller, Target, and there's a lot of outfielders that potentially could be sniped during the trade deadline. As mentioned last week, hand in hand. Some other different names coming up at the moment right now. We see that, you're going to see the contenders kind of try to go get a bag. That means a player that can kind of get them over. And a lot of these contenders are linked to guys like Abrams, Cody Bellinger replacement with Mason Miller, and also on the pitcher side. The pitcher side is where it's going to get crazy at. You got Detroit Tigers ace Tariq Sabul, potentially probably going to get traded at the deadline. You got I'm hearing the Yankees are suited for him too.
Yeah.
With the Devil Rays.
Tariq.
I'm calling them the Devil Rays. Yes. Expected to be adjusted bias.
Tariq Skubal is one of the best pitchers in the game. Cy Young level pitcher. Wherever he goes is going to be a huge impact. He's one of the aces in the league for sure. So keep an eye on the Skubal trade.
Keep a track with the MLB popping right now. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't started this season, it is here. It's hot on the press. It's hot on the stove. For sure, man. Root for your home teams, man. Yeah, I mean, like you said, we mentioned last week, being in the race.
Oh, by the way,
completely now.
A little bit more MLB news. I don't know how bad he got hurt, but the guy we just traded for, we traded a young, like really good prospect of an arm pitcher, and we got, I believe, a shortstop back, and he's already hurt.
Oh, man.
Good times, man. Good times.
And we talked about last week the Red Sox potentially now being buyers instead of the sellers that probably people projected them to be throughout the first 2 months of the season. And now you mentioned a trade. Did they trade early what's his name? Then they trade the ace. Then they trade the pitcher early.
Connolly early, yeah.
Yeah, they traded him. And yeah, that's not good at all for a team that's looking to continue to buy, and that's tickets to the playoffs potentially. That's what they want to get now. So hopefully it's all right, man. Because my Angels ain't gonna be there to win nothing. They ain't never gonna be nothing. Franchise needs to relocate back to Anaheim. That's what they need to do. But who knows? They already spent enough money going back and forth 40 million times. It's disgusting, man. Oh, homie from the Braves is back too. Young Junior, he's back on the helm from reports, making his comeback. Was it Acuna Jr.? I might be getting it wrong.
Oh, Acuna.
Yeah, Acuna.
Yeah. Oh, he's finally coming back. Yeah, shout out to Acuna. That's my guy, Acuna. He's one of the best players in the league, but he's had some injury problems.
Boosters the Braves up. And I know I'm speaking old Red Sox, not too old, but if Chris Sale was given what he's giving the Braves now, you know what he wished he could have given to the Red Sox. You know what I'm saying? And continuing this, he gave us one really good year and like 2 okay years, and then he went insane. He broke his hand, and yeah, it didn't work out. I seen he had like a 12, 13K game now, and I'm saying, God damn.
He always been a strikeout pitcher. He can do that. That's for damn sure.
Popping up.
It's crazy that he's still going though. I thought he was washed when he left us, and he had a couple more good seasons. So, all right, what we got next? I can't. We're doing this we're skipping this, right?
Due to Jake's involvement in the show so far, we're gonna probably go down to the NASCAR next. Oh, okay. Jake's of course, Jake's like Dale comes in when his topic's on the line. Let Jake in.
Here he goes.
Let Jake in here.
Here he goes.
Bullshit! I've been here for 10 minutes and y'all wouldn't check my text, the messages, no nothing. I'm just stuck there.
Oh, my phone is still on silent. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I went full bald man today for you guys too. Damn.
Technically, the rule.
Baldy through.
Technically, the STWF rule, I mean, we always break it, but the rule was supposed to be if a person misses a segment, then you don't let them on until the next segment starts. But we don't follow it.
Y'all about to go on to the next segment without me.
So
I already know.
So I kind of like when Will runs it because even though people may say he's ignoring you, he's actually following the rules.
Will did not do that on purpose. That was total accident, you know.
Following the rules. You heard the man.
This motherfucker. Fake it till you make it, right?
Gotta admit it. But yes, Jake, you came at the right time. We have the best segment on the Parlay Perspective, the probably most running segment in the Parlay Perspective, and that is
that's hard. Oh yeah. Hold on, where is it? Where is his thing? Where'd he put it?
I mean, it's somewhere, but I ain't showing.
He tried to cue me up, and I wasn't even ready for it.
Yes, sir, man.
You were following the stutter.
I was like, what is happening? Is he all right? Where's the niche? There it is.
Let's get ready for James NASCAR. Yeah.
This weekend, we were at the most famous track in all of NASCAR, right next to Daytona 500, of course, at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where they run the Indy 500. Fuck you, Mike. I'm playing. We running the Brickyard 400. Last year's winner, Bubba Wallace, was in the race. He had a decent run. He was never really up towards the front, but this obviously came down to fuel management, tire savings. Not much tire savings, more fuel management. It's a long race. It's the longest track that's non-road course at 2.5 miles. We had a nice shock this weekend. 23-11, part-time driver, not full-time, part-time driver. Corey Heim won his second race of the year.
This is terrible, man.
Good on him. He's taking over Riley Herbst's ride next year. This kid is only a part-time driver. He's only scheduled to race 10 or 13 races. I forgot what the number was. It's 10 or 13 races this year, and he's won 2 of them. That's a great percentage for a NASCAR driver, honestly. And he's racing, not this weekend, but next weekend at Iowa. Fantastic. Great start to the career. The best part about this, though, was he has a rivalry with Carson Hocevar. Hurricane Hocevar is making a lot of waves, a lot of traction, a lot of fights with NASCAR drivers because they don't like the way he's racing. Corey Heim held him up, would not let him pass him. Lap 89, got pissed off. Corey Heim needed to hit the pits. So it got around lap 96, I believe it was. Corey Heim takes a pit. Carson Hocevar follows him down, hits him the old one-finger salute, and raced on. Corey Heim came back and won. In the post-race conference, they were talking about it, and he was like, where did he even finish? 9th. You guys sure like talking about a guy that finishes 9th. I won, so he took the L. I was like, damn, Corey, let's go. Yeah, no, that's it was a great race. Not as exciting as, years past. There was a five laps to go. Denny Hamlin was running second. All 3 JGR drivers were in a line. It was him, Christopher Bell, and Chase Briscoe. They could not form their line good enough. Denny could not get out in front of Heim, and whenever it came to an attempted pass for Denny Hamlin, Corey Heim blocked him. Corey Heim is a very good blocker. He proved that in the Truck Series, and it was basically a foot race after that, and Corey Heim took the dub. This is Denny Hamlin's only crown jewel race he has not won yet, and he's only got 1 more year to do so. Took said this is the hottest segment. Well, next week we ain't got shit. They're on summer break next week, and then we'll be back at Iowa in 2 weeks. Took, if you ain't got nothing to add, give me Dash NASCAR.
Man, listen, man, what a great start to NASCAR taking their summer break, man. It's been pleasant to hear consistent news.
Of course, you come right back as soon as I say that's what your Dash NASCAR, Mike.
A champion that was Hayes' hands, a part-timer that could potentially rock the standings if he continues to win in little races. It'd be interesting to see what comes happen after the summer break.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, Corey Heim is a Truck Series champion last year. 23XI signed him to a developmental deal and said, this kid is ready now. Riley Herbst, you're out. Corey Heim, you're in. I'm excited to see what he does full-time next year. Now that's been your Dash of NASCAR. Welcome back, Mike.
Left turns. Get your left turns.
What's the word with it, man? Like, share, subscribe, man. We riding out of NASCAR, and we said it's deadline week in a sense. The MLB has their trade deadline coming up, and the WNBA has their trade deadline coming up. The deadline is August 2nd. That is, what's that? Sunday? So, yes, couple names. Obviously, every year with trade deadlines, there's some names.
Some big names. Around.
Absolutely. First off, want to shout out the WNBA All-Star Game that happened this weekend. Great for the ladies. Rally, you tuned in or not. It was just overall the way the league is going. You got to see some great talent out there do their thing. Shout out to Jonquel Jones, the MVP of the All-Star Game, playing for the New York Liberty. Outstanding. There were some outstanding players in that game. It was an outstanding dunk in the game. We had Angel Reese dressed as Bobby, literally. AB said that the outfit looked like he was giving $300 an hour vibes, but that's to us all. We're talking about the WNBA trade deadline, and as Will said, some names. First name out the hood.
Kelsey Plum.
Kelsey Plum on possibly the block, and the reason why she may be on the block is because of her contract situation. She has one. This is her last year in the contract. She was traded a couple years back from the Aces in a big 3G change between the Aces, Storm, and the Sparks. And her contract kind of puts them in a situation where you either lose her during the offseason because I'm thinking most likely she's going to walk, or you trade her. There was a report earlier, I think it was kind of spamish, shout out to the spam person because I'm gonna show you love anyway because I followed the lead and it wasn't the lead. It was said that she was traded to the Valkyrie as part of a trade with Kayla Thornton, but I'm hearing that's false information. We'll follow that if anything else comes up. Another name in this situation of trade deadline, ladies here, Skylar Diggins. And people may say it's because of her attitude.
Yeah, probably.
For sure. But I just think it's a situation, and this happens in every league with certain players. The league outgrows you, and that's not saying that Skylar doesn't have talent or ability. You're just at an age where you were hot yesterday. You may be okay still because the game's never going to leave you, but for how much you want and things like that, it's just too much baggage sometimes. And the Sky have treated her like that for months. So
yeah, she aged not bad, but like she progressed kind of the way you expect players. She's a little older now. And I think I don't think she's necessarily a problem in locker rooms, but she's definitely on the radar more than they maybe want her to be. And because of that, like, you got to have a certain amount of play if you're going to be a diva, a certain level of play. And I think she's dropped below that level, and maybe teams don't kind of want to deal with it. But I don't think she's a big problem. Somebody going to pick her up because she can still hoop. At the very least, she could be a backup. She could start on some teams. So somebody going to pick her up. The other names was crazy, though. And Yeka Ogumake?
Yeah, Becca Mbuke, she's back with the Sparks too, correct? Definitely trade bait, and I think this is just monetarily for the Sparks. I just think honestly, it's kind of just like trying to move. You're trying to move money, trying to go in a different direction. You thought this direction would be a good direction, being one of the down teams in the league already. You drafted Kim Brink a few years ago. She had an injury that kind of derailed her. She's back this season, but even though it doesn't look like a fit for her, she could be on the move. The Sparks are probably just going to blow it up, and they're probably just going to be sellers at this point, just to kind of make sure that they get a little compensation back for the ladies that may not want to be there or may not have enough money on the table for them at a given point. So she's definitely a hot name out. She's definitely good on both sides of the floor, and that's a good lookout. Bettia Langley Hamilton. I mean, she's been traded a bunch of times. I know she's battling injuries and such like that. But with the New York Liberty and what they have, I guess she could always be a trade exception in this case because this girl has talent. She could definitely help a team, but maybe she can't help the Liberty any more than they need. So I mean, she's gonna be a hot commodity on the deadline as well. Another name, Natisha Heidemann from the Storm, great guard. Looking for some great guard play. There you go. She's definitely that third, fourth echelon of guards. I mean, people might say in the league, oh, that's bad, but I mean that's good. If you watch her play, she's definitely serviceable and she got some game.
Yeah.
There's one more name though in this, which is not mentioned, which we thought, but as a few hours ago, Nalicia Collier is a name as well, coming off the injury, former MVP. We know she's the motor and the Lynx, and though she's been absent, the Lynx have been good, and now she's coming back. But it's another situation with the contracts, basically. She signed a one-year super deal max in 2026 after being called by the Lynx. In doing so, she's signaling to some degree that she'd like to explore her options in free agency. So she's already explained to the Lynx that she might want to be gone. Now, she might change her mind from the way they're looking now. So, like I said, don't take this with all the salt and pepper. But if they move her, will they be satisfied with that? I don't think so. I think they might want to pause that. And I think Collier, honestly, this is a good franchise. Don't leave this franchise. I think out of all the franchises in the WNBA, there's a lot of good franchises, but the Minnesota Lynx have always been kind of like great. Like, I just think they got great from the GMs all the way up to the play that they performed on the court with championships and MVP caliber players. We can go all the way back. Sylvia Fowles, Maya Moore, Lindsey Whalen. You have a lot of talent that's been in and out of that organization. So to let her go, or even for her, and I can understand why she probably wanted to be let go, because she probably thought the team was going to be in a downward spiral. But no, this is here right in your face. You got the decision right now. But the other question is, will Minnesota sign her to another Supermax? That's ultimately what she's going to get, and it's off an injury. So let's see how she performs the rest of the year, and probably come back to discussion. But if I'm Minnesota, I do not let her go out.
Yeah, it checks out.
Minnesota, look out for the Mystics. Look out for the Sun as well to be ultimate buyers or sellers at the trade deadline.
All right. That's what we got for WNBA. Next, we got LeBron James.
We got the association, baby. The association.
LeBron James does it again. The mini decision, he chooses the Sixers to go team up with Embiid, Jaylen Brown, Maxey, Edgecombe. They got Simons over there. There's one basketball, people. I think you know where I stand already on this. I love it because Philly gonna fail.
Mike, I need your thoughts on this, man. You know, you're the man right here. And I need all like 500 characters right now, because I know we're gonna get a lot of saying from you on this particular topic, on this particular player, on this particular situation. The floor is yours.
Look, man, like as soon as I saw it, I was like, he is an absolute fucking coward. Straight up coward. The minute any kind of adversity comes into this guy's career, he just tucks his tail between his legs and runs. How anybody continue to defend this clown is beyond me. Like, and don't get me wrong, he's an all-time great player. But to consider to continue put this guy in the GOAT conversation after everything he's done to avoid trying to do it and try to be the man, it's just amazing to me. Like, now you go to Philadelphia after they get Jaylen Brown. Like, it would have been a little bit less controversial if he had gone
first
ahead of time and not waited until after Jaylen Brown gets there. But here's the thing, like you said, there's one ball. None of them, not one of them, including Jaylen Brown, who I still love, is really an off-the-ball player. You might be able to say Edgecombe is an off-the-ball player.
And Maxey can shoot off ball, but you're better putting the ball in his hands than off ball for sure.
Oh, yeah. His ability to create off the dribble, kind of stop on a dime, beat people one-on-one is one of the things I'm actually impressed with about Maxey. But, like, outside of Edgecombe and then Simons off the bench, you don't have a single player that plays off the ball. Now you have a bunch of ball-dominant, fake alpha males. Like, realistically, the only real alpha on the team is now Jaylen Brown. And I just don't think the way that he plays, I don't think his personality is going to mesh with them. From what I understand, him and Embiid still haven't really, squashed the beef about what he said during about the talking and everything. So, like, this
talk to him yet, nothing crazy.
This is gonna, my hope is that this is just an even bigger disaster than normal, because one, it's just LeBron, and two, it's Philadelphia. But come on, can this guy just retire? Just retire. You all the stat chasing, all of the stuff that you've been doing. The people that are going to defend you are going to defend you. The people that don't like you are never going to like you. Just move on. Bryce is coming up soon. Let him be the next one, because Bronny's terrible. Move on. It's time to go. Get out of here. We don't want you around anymore. The NBA will be a much better place when LeBron James retires. I'm so sick of it.
I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
Bet he wouldn't be talking this shit if he went to Boston.
Jay,
Yes, I would. I wanted no part of him in Boston.
Yeah,
I have never wanted him in Boston. Never.
LeBron never wanted to be a part of Boston. It's funny to me. 10-second story. I was commenting on somebody's post, and a friend of mine was basically like, LeBron hates Boston, but somebody spray tagged the N-word all over his Los Angeles home. I said the basketball player LeBron doesn't want to be in Boston. Right. I don't think it's the outline of the whole city. I just think it's the fans. And people need to realize that if you go to a Boston Celtics game,
tortured him.
Right.
We tortured him for years, bro. That KG team, bro, they even when they were better than us, we still tortured them during the series. And he just don't like it here, man.
Jay,
like
what you feel? What you feel on this LeBron to Philly and not the Cavaliers? I got to throw a shot at you because you're from Ohio. Though you're not a Cavs fan, you're a Sun fan. But how did you take the news of LeBron going to?
I instantly thought if Embiid stays healthy, no one's beating this team. If, and that's the major if, because I feel like they're an Embiid away from being the most dominant team in the NBA next year. And it's not because of LeBron. He just brings an added layer of how the hell do we defend everybody else? So I think they're a very good team now. I think they're going to be very well coached. I think with what LeBron brings to the table and Jaylen Brown's defense, I think this team has all the ups in the world to only lose single-digit games. But you gotta have Embiid healthy. But I mean, I was all for it. I liked it. I'm not a LeBron hater. I'm not a disliker. I don't care about the antics or whatever. I think Mike, I understand that there was a COVID chip, but I mean, he still won a championship in LA and then the team just went boo. So I don't think he tucked his tail and run. Did he go to a better situation? Absolutely. But he let his contract go up. He didn't get traded. He didn't wait for nothing.
And that's the thing there with LeBron. He does that, and then his next move, everybody's mad of. But at the same time, it's like he can do what he wants as a guy, free agent. He was a guy that some teams wanted him. Hey, the Clippers wanted to sign him for a year, $25 million, basically, after everything was said and done. But the thing that Mike is right on and sticking his tail in was that it wasn't even until LeBron's reach of Philly until they acquired Jaylen Brown. And then from rumors circulating that Jaylen Brown threw a pitch at LeBron James and LeBron James hit an inside the park home run. And even Rich Paul said it. And his manager, his guy is basically saying what Mike's saying, implicating in the sense that Philly wasn't on LeBron's mind until that move was made. And then it goes back to what everybody says. This guy wants to go on other teams and all that stuff, given the contract situation. And this is what he wants to do. But the good side on it, I'm going to say, is these guys have never won. Jaylen Brown, I'm not going to say he's won. He's won. I'm talking about the other guys on the Sixers. Embiid, Maxi's still crispy and coming into the league. Escom is a second-year player. LeBron's toolage is going to be ultimately what gets them over the hump. This guy's a good savant. He's a great teacher to the game, regardless of what anybody says. I don't think he's ever cheated the game. That's just me. And I feel like a guy like Embiid can
have more championships if he
did. Right. Jaylen Brown, who's already been in situations where he could be the second fiddle, and though we thought he wanted to be the first fiddle, who don't want LeBron?
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't want LeBron in their team? You know what I'm saying? The kind of now that makes sense. Then you got two young guards. This is going to be interesting, but we've seen good teams come together and them not win nothing. So that can be a curse that keeps continuing in the league. But for the sake of him going there over places like Cleveland, Miami, Cleveland, I'm kind of shocked at because he went there. Y'all had an interview with him. Y'all talked to him. All y'all had to do from reports was trade potentially James Harden, and you didn't want to do that? Now, that questions me because are you a James Harden giving him away, and you haven't even signed him yet to a new deal to get LeBron? I would have took that all day, me personally. But the Cavs are crazy, too. So shout out to LeBron going to Philly, ring the Liberty Bell, and have fun.
Look, there's two different conversations to have here. I'll try to make it quick. There's the conversation about like how LeBron moves within the league, and you can like that or dislike that, it's whatever. But it's brilliant in terms of how he's handled his career. We give Kirk Cousins all the love in the world for how he handled all his contracts and stuff like that. LeBron gets that too. He deserves it. And wherever he goes, whether it's an attraction or whatever you want to call it, look, they win a lot of games. It's not like they win a bunch of championships. It's not what happens. But he has enough on his own, whether you think he needed to team up with somebody or not. This idea that he started the super teams, he didn't. They were happening long ago. I don't know if y'all remember in 2003, they were supposed to be a super team. It just happened not to happen because of some dumb shit that was said by Doc Rivers. But it was supposed to be T-Mac, Grant Hill, and Tim Duncan on Orlando. We've been doing big threes for a lot longer than LeBron James. But I will say this. That's one conversation. The other conversation is about legacy.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to legacy, there's no denying how good he was at all. You can't. The numbers are insane. And you can talk about stat stuff and all you want. You know why other guys ain't stat stuff like this? Because they couldn't play for 25 years. They just couldn't do it. Like, playing as long as he's played, he's like 24 now, or 20, 23, 24 years in the league. Like, that's a lot of seasons, bro.
Yes,
yeah, you can call it you can call it what you want, but there's no way he's the only one. So the same thing with Barry Bonds and everything, like, same shit. But anyways, the fact that he keeps doing this is just, I don't know, it's a weird look, man. It definitely hurts the legacy on a certain level, but I think he's trying to push them stats so far that, like, it ain't gonna matter, or he thinks it's not gonna matter, all this other shit. But as far as the team, Philly, look, man, I don't see it. All the talent in the world, all the talent, like, they got like 4 different guys that you would start almost anywhere in the league. But even with him being healthy, I'm with Mike. There's not enough shooting on that court for this team. They're gonna have to do, like, now, to the credit of LeBron, most teams he go to, they eventually put the shooters on the teams. They go and get all the mid-level exception guys. They'll find a way to go get Caruso or some shit, like guys like that. They'll put a little more shooting out there, but you got to remember that's for the team, like that type of team builders from the younger LeBron, who could get to the basket at will, and therefore he can hit them guys in the corner. He can still make all the passes, but he's not as much of a threat anymore going to the cup. And let me tell you, against this team, all teams are going to do is stack the box. That's it. They're just going to load up the middle and force them to shoot jumpers to beat them. And they're not going to be able to do it every time. So I know on paper, this team looks like Jake said, this team looks like it could go for single-digit wins. Single-digit losses. I get it on paper. But in terms of how basketball's played, they don't have the shooters. They just don't. Especially in the league now. How the league plays now, they don't have the shooters. And honestly, other teams that, like, for example, you could have kind of said that same thing about the Heatles when he went to the Heat. Because your only true shooter out of the big 3 was Chris Bosh. And then the guys they put around them were decent shooters, not crazy. So people were saying the same thing about that team, that they didn't have the shooters. You know what the difference was, though? They all wanted to play together. Every one of them. Like, they went there for a reason. They wanted to play together. They loved each other. There's a bromance between Braun and Wade. Okay? That is not the case with this Philly team at all. In fact, we got 2 guys who already had problems with each other, haven't talked.
No. See. I think it happened. It absolutely happened. Jaylen Brown did say those things about Embiid.
I don't think it's beef.
Feel like I don't think it's beef. I think it's a professional standpoint where they can get past that. Obviously, he knows as a player you got to kind of act a certain way towards, saying your opponent and all that. So I think they're going to be all right. I've seen LeBron put in some early work with Tyrese Maxey, Edgecombe as well. As we mentioned, Jaylen Brown wants to play with him. They want this guy. So I think now we got to see if the bench players can kind of implement them, because the bench players that they do have are kind of guys that need the rock in their hands. So it's all a teaching lesson day by day, and that can equal bumpy start. And I expect a bumpy start from them, just, trying to get the groove for the game. But if this team gets the groove for the game, everybody in the Eastern Conference that was either waiting or teams that had injured players last year and couldn't get over, and now they're coming back, Tyrese Halliburton, Jason Tatum, these guys, you got another team in the crew. Yeah.
10 10 seconds left, down by 3. Who on that team gets the ball in the hand? Who?
Tyrese Maxey.
I was about to say Maxey as well.
Tyrese Maxey.
Hey, that's because we're all smart and we know he's probably got the best chance of creating the shot. That's not going to be what happens, though. It's not.
Here's the last thing I'm going to say about this, like the whole clown show. And we already know it's going to happen because it's happened since day one. Say this actually works and say something really good happens and they go on to win it. He's going to get all the credit. But when it doesn't work,
he won't get the blame.
He's going to get none of the blame, and it's going to be the fault of the other guys who couldn't adjust how to play with LeBron, because that's the exact way it works. And you're going to have these little dipshits like Nick Wright on TV and Shannon Sharp and all these LeBron defenders and these Bron sexuals out there basically doing everything they can to slobber all over this guy, even though they know that it's his fault. When anybody with common sense can see it's his fault. So it's like, that's the biggest reason I'm waiting for the crash out. Like, I'd have had probably no real issues with LeBron if it wasn't for the Bron sexuals and the defenders doing everything they can to recuse him of any blame whatsoever.
You don't need to hold it against the player that his fans are idiots.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Hold on. We got three fan bases that are idiots in this world. One probably an idiot smart man. One's probably an idiot smart man. Those are the Michael Jordan fans. They're idiots, but at the end of the day, Mike is Mike, and people will kind of take it and just let it go.
They're idiots, but they're on the right side of history.
There's idiot Kobe fans where Kobe's my guy, Kobe's everybody's guy, but Kobe might be in that second echelon of top players in the league. But just based on what he did every night, people guard him. And yes, I'm one of those idiots sometimes, but we know what Kobe's done, so we kind of let it pass. Then you have the LeBron idiots. We can't be mad at these guys for being idiots when we do this with just about every great player that we've seen since probably 1996. That's when it kind of started. Kareem doesn't get this. All these other guys don't get this because of a different era. But if Jordan didn't come back in the 95, 96 season and then play 3 more years, this will be less of a debate on him. It'll be gravitated more towards Kobe and LeBron, and I'm not saying that they're better than Jordan. I just think Jordan coming in at that time in the era of me, Will, and everybody really getting to see him ball, it adds us into that idiot conversation as well. And you too, Mike, of Michael Jordan. But at the same time, we've seen Michael. We've seen what he did. We see what all these guys do, but we are idiot fan bases for our guys. And that's for everybody's fan play as well.
I think
Kobe's better than LeBron.
No,
and I hated Kobe.
No.
I hated Kobe Bryant because of the Lakers and the fact that, like, the whole officiating scandal nonsense. And I will gladly admit that Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron, and I have him ranked ahead of LeBron in my all-time rankings.
Yeah, I think the biggest slight on Bron's record is that in his era, another man was getting rings like it was nothing, man. Yeah. Steph Curry getting rings whenever he wanted with LeBron in the league. That didn't happen to none of these other guys. I mean, I guess Kobe had Timmy, right? Like, Kobe had Timmy getting rings in his era.
But they both won 5.
But they both got 5, right? And I guess they both got 4 between Braun and Curry.
They trusted the process, and that's the difference between them. Those guys trusted the process, whatever process they was in, coaches they had to have. Though Tim Duncan had his coach for a very long time, Kobe went between a coach, got another coach, then the old coach came back. Yes, absolutely between that. And another stain on LeBron's little pathway to success is the fact that he didn't get it done in Cleveland the first time as well. But I don't really throw him on that because he was still a young buck. He was a young buck. But I do see nowadays where we praise people that did what LeBron did that he was young, and because LeBron lost when he lost, they stained him. But we see guys like Wemby get 40 and 20, and he's the next generational great, and he lost. Guys are going to lose. But when LeBron went to Miami, touched gold. He went back to Cleveland, he touched gold. Hey, COVID, bubble or not, he went to L.A., 2020 champion says Lakers, he touched gold. And Philly,
every team he's been on,
he's gonna touch gold again.
I say so too.
But
I mean, hey, and the whole thing with the Jordan Jordan took a minute to win too, where he started. I get that. But like Will said, that Cleveland team, the first run was dog shit. He didn't have a Scottie Pippen.
Best player ever on that first Cleveland. It was like, Mo Williams?
Yeah, I was about to say Mo Williams. And then he goes back to Cleveland when he does, and he gets a Scottie Pippen. He's got Kyrie.
Yeah.
It takes a team. This isn't LeBron James basketball camp. This is team sports here. You need
I just think honestly because of the Sports Illustrated and shit like that, he was young. He was a young boy. He was on all these issues. Michael Jordan was in all these issues because Michael Jordan had to blossom. He had to grow into who he was. Kobe,
I agree.
Too.
That's one thing I agree that I say that like LeBron, everyone says that like Mike played in a harder era. That's debatable. He played in a harder era on the court. But in terms of off the court, not even close. If fucking TMZ or any social media existed while Michael Jordan was reigning, he wouldn't have gotten any fucking ships. He had a gambling and drinking problem. He would have been canceled immediately. He'd have been booted off teams. He'd have never made it the way he was behaving, like at all. He probably got his dad killed, bro. Like that dude was out of control. And so to say that is like LeBron has had all the lights on him since he was 18 years old. Actually, like 16.
Yeah, I bet say younger than that.
Like 15, 16 years old, everybody's been watching. And he did it. He didn't get as many as Jordan, but he did it. And he's
just a kid out of Akron. Made it big.
Kid's nuts. I mean, look, he's nuts, man. He's nuts. But so I do think he had to battle that. But yeah, man. I mean, the GOAT debates, you can have that all day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I also agree with you about a tougher level of basketball. Just not even the social media thing. Basketball players, even though they're skinnier, they're much more skilled than the tomato farmers that they had back in the day.
Right, but back in the day, they would lay you out.
Oh, I don't give a shit that they'd lay you out. They weren't skilled. And Michael Jordan was a skilled player.
Right, but it's easier to play in a skilled game when everyone's skilled versus having to be the guy.
I think it's much difficult.
Having to be the guy on teams that will literally like take you out of the air with clotheslines, bro. Like you can't just pass that off. I don't give a fuck about skill. If a guy's clotheslining you, bro, you're not going to be the same player. So
definitely not.
I feel like Jake is trolling me right now. Like I honestly feel like Will and Jake have like a little message behind my back about say this because I know it's going to get Mike all riled up. And it's funny too. Jake did exactly what I knew was coming because when people talk about how he couldn't win in Cleveland, they were the number one ranked team in the East. They were always the favorite. So when they got knocked off by Boston, they were actually the favorite. People picked, even though it was 07-08 and the Celtics were the number one team in the conference, all the experts picked Cleveland and knocked Boston out in the second round, and we beat them. And then in 2010, when they were the number one team and they won 66 games, and we sent them packing, and the big famous video of him walking out of Boston Garden, taking off his Cavs jersey, and everybody chanting New York Knicks. Nobody was sitting there saying that, like he didn't have enough help then. He was the number one team.
Were. Yeah, look, put it like this. When the Sixers made their run and lost to the Lakers in the finals, they were the number one seed. They were favored in most series. That team was dog shit. It was Iverson and a bunch of defenders. Like the team was garbage. It's the same situation that LeBron was in, but for longer.
And that's the thing, too, with LeBron being as good as he is, the team was never going to be bad enough to get a high enough draft pick to add to anything. And be honest,
out of draft picks, yep.
Cleveland's not a desirable place to play basketball. It's hard to get free agents there.
And Jake, there's not a more skilled basketball player in the NBA right now than Larry Bird and Magic Johnson ever. Stop it.
Magic? Magic's jumper was weak.
Larry Bird right now comes in and averages 45, 15, and 15 on 60,
if Magic, if Bird came now, he'd basically beat Jokic. He'd beat Jokic but faster.
Yo, man. Hey, loving this talk, man.
Jake got me. Jake fucking got me.
Hilarious. What we got next? All right, so...
Hey, ain't it nice? Hold on real quick. Ain't it nice when four guys can come on this show and just talk basketball and be happy?
Yeah, shut up, Dale. You bum. Wherever you are, you bum. Next, actually, the basketball's not even done. We got too far with that. Steph Curry extension situation.
Man, he ain't listening. Man, listen here. 2027 is the last year of his contract, along with Draymond, who just signed a 1 year, $27 million deal, and Jimmy Butler. I'm seeing this is going to be the end of Golden State. Unless Golden State says, Steph Curry, we're going to give you $275, $280 million flat, $300 million. It's over.
I got a fun question for y'all. Do you think, and you don't got to think that he's this great of a player or anything, but do you think the last run for Curry would have been different had they drafted LaMelo and not Wiseman? Like LaMelo isn't this great player. He's not but he kind of could have really helped that team, and Wiseman was dog shit. And they kind of didn't recover from having that pick. They failed with that pick. The number 1 overall pick.
And you fucked it up.
I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of happy that LaMelo didn't hit that situation, but I do agree with you, Will. But the reason why I'm happy that LaMelo was not in that situation because I couldn't picture. I would hate it for one of my guys, Draymond Green, to have to steal and snuff LaMelo Ball. Because that's what happened. We've seen Jordan Poole, probably not better than LaMelo, and LaMelo is definitely a dickhead the way he approaches all that. He's a great player though, so I think Draymond on nights would be like, this is a guy. Like he can, like you said, well, he can. If Steph Curry leaves, he can kind of be the guy. You know what I'm saying?
I think the thing with Poole was I don't know if Draymond would rock LaMelo because I think the thing with Poole was he was like, you're talking like way bigger than your game right now. If you're Steph Curry, you could probably run your mouth, but you're not Steph. He got his shit rocking.
And
only if the Golden State Warriors knew who Tyrese Halliburton was now.
I mean, yeah, he would have been a great fit for them too. But like
the problem with LaMelo Ball is
no one saw him coming and being a point
guard.
No,
you're absolutely right.
Yeah, point guard. They knew he was going to be good. Point guard.
Like I understood the Wiseman pick when they made it because he was supposed to be like a really athletic big man, like a rim runner, a lob threat. Like if you take LaMelo. Now, not only you actually have like a ball dominant, semi old school style point guard trying to play with Steph and Klay, and it probably would have been Iggy. Like, I just don't know if that would have been a fit. So while yes, LaMelo Ball is a better player than Wiseman, I still don't think that would have been a good fit. I just can't see the meshing. I just can't see how it is. Like LaMelo Ball cannot play off the ball at all.
He doesn't need to on that team. And actually, LaMelo Ball can shoot though. He's a better shooter than he gets credit.
Yeah, he gets.
He shoots like he's got tard arm, but
no. His arms look terrible when he shoots, and you would never teach anyone to shoot the way he does. However, it falls. He be hitting a lot of threes. He got that unorthodox can take shots.
Yeah, man. I mean,
the reason why I think it would work is because yes, they play a motion like move the ball offense, but you could adjust it to where you put the ball in his hands a little more. They always had Draymond with the ball in his hands because he was the only one who could play make besides Curry, and they needed Curry to be running around off screens or whatever. Well, with Melo, then it takes all the pressure off anybody else to have to set up these plays. And I think he would find Curry. So he was finding Colin Knippel. He had Colin Knippel going off, him and Miller. He could pass the ball. You just got to give him the offense.
And I really do think we would have seen the Splash Brothers 2.0 in Charlotte if LaMelo could have stayed, but obviously they needed to move him.
That's a weird move by Charlotte. That's a weird.
I really do. I thought that was a terrible move, but I mean, money. They got young stars that they got to pay, and they're actually building a decent team. It just sucks that I feel like they got rid of a cornerstone.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of Warriors players or past Warriors players, we got Klay Thompson. Is he going to be on the Heat? Like I told you, they're going to do this. I mean, teams like this, he might end up a Sixer. No bullshit.
Yeah, if I'm Klay Thompson, I'm calming down right now. Yeah. And Philly just traded Boone on one of their little bench players for some cash consideration. So Klay, I think the Klay move was good when Miami was kind of in the radar for LeBron. Listen here, if we go to Philly, I ain't even mad at you, Chunk. I ain't even mad at you, bro.
Well, the Sixers just got KCP for him. The Sixers are going to get KCP, so I don't really know if the Klay thing would make sense.
Yeah, it won't make sense. It won't make sense because the money is in demand. He's going to demand some money.
Yeah, the Heat's going to need shooting. They got two bigs and nothing else.
Get Kyle Korver out of retirement.
He should come to Boston. Missoula loves to shoot threes. Klay Thompson would have to do nothing but do what he does best.
Yeah. Except he hasn't been doing it best lately. All right. Next thing we got on the list is we got rumored Cavaliers and James Harden. What's going on with them?
Yeah, because James Harden basically opted out of his contract. Cleveland's been saying for weeks that we are gonna renegotiate your contract. Basically, you're gonna stay a Cleveland Cavalier. I just mentioned a few moments ago how Cleveland had the interview with LeBron. Not a FaceTime call, none of that. They had an interview, sat down with LeBron. LeBron went to Cleveland for a weekend. And rumored was one of these players Cleveland didn't want to touch. And it had to be James Harden because you still ain't got him signed yet. That's the situation in Cleveland. Situation is, do Cleveland even want him back? But at the same time, I feel like you kind of got to take him back because you already fucked it up by not going after the guy you could have went after.
Yeah.
I just don't understand the logic of it, but I think eventually they'll sign him to something. I just think it's more like the money stipulation right now. You know, James' camp's going to ask for that extra dollar, whatever dollar it is, and Cleveland's probably set on something. Yeah.
I never understood the Harden to Cleveland move anyway. I'm not going to lie.
I just think that they felt like with Garland, it was, okay, Garland's good, but I don't know why they felt like James Harden had he has more experience, not in terms of winning, but he has more experience in those type of games where Cleveland has been shell-shocked, but they didn't read James Harden's resume after Game 5. So it's a bad mixture, but I can understand why they did it. It kind of looked good for a while until it didn't. They ran into the Knicks, and the Knicks gave them the business. Cleveland's stuck right now. Cleveland's stuck right now, and there's some moves that they should have made that they didn't make. They could have probably flipped Evan Mobley for Giannis.
Yep.
They could have got LeBron. The moves that they could have made that, I guess, because of the market, they didn't make them. But at the same time, you're paying Donovan Mitchell all this money. You're paying Jared Allen. You're paying Mobley. And you're going to pay James Harden. So you're over here $400 million over the cap, almost $500 million over the cap for what? When you could have had LeBron for $8 million, $10 million. I don't understand.
But they did just sign Mario Hezonja, the EuroLeague MVP.
They signed Mario?
Yeah, they signed Mario on Sunday.
Oh, let's go. That's my dog. He disappointed me in the league, but I love him. He still got some of the most disrespectful dunks in the league. A couple of them. All right. Yeah, he definitely got a couple dudes. Last but not least, your Lakers linked to Jonathan Kuminga, a guy we've talked about plenty on this show, especially you.
This is something too that's just flowing through the air. He wants this much, he wants that much. I guess the Lakers do have a couple dollars saved from the summer they had. Hey, if you're gonna sign them, sign them. One thing I'll say to Jonathan Kuminga is, don't come to my team with that bullshit. You better come hoop, because the moment you ain't hooping, I expect the coaches to treat you like they did with Atlanta and Golden State. That's all I got on it, man. He's a player that's still in the league. Obviously, if you're standing around this long, then it's not good for your career. But maybe this is the thing that kicks. This is the kicker now. Maybe this is what's gonna kick him. I think that if the Lakers do sign him, I think they're gonna have guys that appreciate him and like him. I think the other two places he was at, maybe because of his game or he didn't grow to the extent of those coaches wanting him to grow, they stopped liking him. Maybe it's different with Rob Pelinka in LA.
Whatever happened with the Warriors, we'll never know. I just think Kerr hated them, and then I think in Atlanta, they had 2 or 3 other guys pretty much just like him. And so it didn't really make sense. They definitely had one, like their best player is similar to Kuminga, but better. So I just think he was in a weird spot with Atlanta. We'll see what happens now. I think it would be fun with the Lakers. I think Luka would love that lob. That's for sure. Luka would love that lob. But other than that, who knows? All right, let's go on. I want to skip to a discussion, which I like, that's on this docket, which is what storyline should college football fans be watching heading into the season? You can name 1 or 2, whatever ones you think really we should be focused on.
I'm gonna say this right now.
Yeah.
QB Kingdom. That's what we're looking at this season. Bunch of QBs are slated to potentially enter next year's NFL draft. So QB Kingdom. It's gonna be some guys that obviously stay in there in contention and get drafted to a team next year. There's gonna be guys that's gonna have to wait a little bit longer, maybe for that next crack after college. It's gonna be interesting. That's what I'm looking at coming into this season here.
I think in that under your umbrella of the QB kingdom, I will say, Arch Manning, show us. It's time. It's that time. You got to come in for a few snaps and made some plays the first year. Second year didn't go as planned, but it's okay. It's your first year under center for the whole season with this team. And you guys underachieved, which is fine. It happens. I mean, it ain't gonna be fine for too long. It's Texas, but you underachieved. It's now. This is your time. That's a story that I'm looking forward to. The other would be, and this isn't. I want to be clear. It doesn't matter if it was his team or not. If it was anybody's team who was reigning like this, I'd have the same sentiment. But is someone gonna knock off this fucking juggernaut of Ohio State? Like, get them out of rhythm. Like they're busting up this league in terms of recruiting. That's for damn sure. The recruiting has gotten out of control, and somebody needs to deal with that. And I know they're not gonna win it every year. They didn't win it last year, but like, whether they win it or not, you got to come into every season with them as the favorite, or you're not paying attention. And so, yeah.
And you know, the rich get richer. We just signed a massive deal with Chase Bank to add $17 million to our fund.
Yeah, they got guys everywhere, man. Like they got like two or three legacies on the team right now, like superstar kids. They got Henry,
I'm looking forward
Bo
to
Jackson
Henry.
kid. Like, Jesus.
They only go as far as Julius Sam brings them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say that right now.
Hey, he was
So
just
that's-
he was a regular old Saiyan last year. He's going to be Super Saiyan this year.
He got to be Super Saiyan. I need his
He
hair
gotta
to
be
turn
Super
blonde.
Saiyan.
He needs his hair to turn blonde. He needs the blonde. He needs to dye his hair blonde.
Right? Not really a story, more of like a prediction. Everybody watch Malachi Tony's Heisman run this year.
Oh yeah, honestly, I'd love for that to be a hot take by you. It's not. That motherfucker's nice. Like, he's
I know
so
he is
good.
No, the only
He's
reason
so
why
good.
the only reason you can call this slightly nuts, even 2% nuts, is the fact that Heisman's a quarterback-driven award now.
Yeah,
And if he can get in there and do it, again, you'd think me, the Ohio State fan, but I had to counter what you said because you talked about my Buckeyes. I'm going to talk about not your Hurricanes because I know you're a Florida fan. But you are a Malachi Tony fan, so I had to reverse the roles again. And I'm taking. I think everybody needs to keep an eye on his Heisman run this year because it's going to be insane.
I mean, he plays in the ACC. Shit, anybody except for anybody on the BC team could be nominated for the fucking Heisman.
He said anybody except for BC. Yeah, I'm glad he caught himself because if he didn't, I'd go tell him. But yeah, Tony, he's on the radar for sure. Especially because like they got a team that's easier, but like it's him and then the other guys in terms of skill. So
And I think it's going to be super interesting because they're bringing back a lot of guys. They also hit the transfer portal. Mark Fletcher's still their running back. They got Tony on the outside. They brought in Duke's quarterback from last year, whose name's escaping me.
Mensa.
Yeah, they got Darian Mensa as their quarterback now, who I think is a major step up.
I like
Carson
Mensa.
Beck. I think he's a major step up from Beck. Will wants to talk about, favorites because of recruiting and other stuff and being able to knock off Ohio State. I do think Miami's the team to beat this year. Yeah, I know they're in the ACC, and that's an ass
He's
grab.
sandbagging.
No, I'm not. I'm out of any team I like, Will, the team I'm the hardest on is the Buckeyes, and it's because they're good. And Tuke said we can only go as far as Sand can take us. I don't care that the man's won a championship. We go as far as Ryan Day takes us. And our offensive coordinator this year is not Brian Hartline. It's Arthur Smith, who ran the worst offense I've ever seen in the NFL with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, two different play styles. This is the NFL to college.
It was also a corpse of Roethlisberger that was still there.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Buckeyes do this year. But yeah, my early pick for Heisman's Tony. That's where I started. That's where I'm in.
I like it.
Man,
you got any stories to watch, Mike?
Well, it's funny because I actually appreciate the Malachi Tony love, but the only downside I see to that is the fact that Mark Fletcher was such a workhorse last year, and he beasted throughout the playoffs, and then Miami relied on him so much, especially when like Carson Beck looked like he shit his pants. that might be the only thing to keep Malachi Tony from winning his own teammate, because they're going to rely on Mark Fletcher so much. And the fact that you don't really know what you have coming in. Yeah, I mean, maybe the Duke kid is going to be – he's going to be all right coming in with the transfer.
They ain't pay him to hand the ball off.
Nope.
They didn't pay him to hand
I
the
will
ball
say,
off.
though, I would have a lot of eyes on Mark Fletcher. I told Will specifically, if he's out in the draft, the Patriots better take him. We need a bruiser like that. This guy
I think he's their first round. I think out of all the talent Miami has, I think Mark Fletcher Jr. is probably going to be their highest rated and their highest first round draft pick next year.
Oh,
if I had to make that prediction right now.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
He literally
That's
he
'cause
put a
Malachi
whole
can't go.
when Miami played Texas A&M, this man put his team on his back through a windstorm and just ran the ball all game and won them, huh?
On his back, on my back, on his back.
Oh
though.
yeah, man, through a freaking windstorm. So they had to run the ball. So he had all the snaps, and he absolutely demolished a known defensive team.
Mhm. Yeah, man. All right, yeah. So Tony for Heisman. Any other? Oh yeah, any other stories? Oh, so your story was Fletcher more than Malachi.
Yeah, I mean, plus, I mean, I'm going to do what I do, and I'm just going to, I'm going to be a Manning homer and say that Arch Manning's going to win the national championship, and he should be the one that's going to win the Heisman. Probably won't happen, but I'm just saying it because it's a Manning.
Oh, I forgot you're an adopted Manning uncle. Yeah, that checks out. That'd be great. That'd be great for Manning. Not that the Manning stock is down, but it'd be great for the Manning family. You see they're already showing videos of the next one. What is it? Chase? Not Chase? No, it's not Chase. Jack. Something.
Is that Eli's son, the one that's playing like flag football or something?
Nah, there's one in high school right now, dealing in high school. I think it's like his freshman year or something like that.
Eli has a kid in high school?
They all have kids.
No. Eli's youngest child is a boy, and I know he's playing like flag football or whatever. So
it might be one of Manning's. I mean, they're all Manning's. I'm an idiot. It might be one of Peyton's.
I was about to be like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Hold up. Yeah. Is it one of Peyton's? I forget which one it is. It might be another
Peyton's Marshall. So Peyton Manning's 14-year-old son Marshall, class of 2030 quarterback who plays for a school in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He's attracted significant attention. Yes.
They're like stalking him, like they're watching every throw in shorts. It's crazy.
I remember hearing that story though about that kid. He's not starting right away as a freshman. He's going to be on the bench this year. Obviously, going to probably start next year.
All right. Well, what else we got here? So we did the storylines. In the interest of time, let's jump to
round 2 of the NASCAR Niche.
Yeah, absolutely. We can just sign off now if that's the case. NFL training camps underway across the league. Vita Vea trade request.
Come on, Patriots.
Those aren't connected, but I do agree. Let's go for it. So training camps. Any news from training camps from your teams? I got one little tidbit from the Patriots. Is everybody making a big deal on plays in a practice? Drake Mays and AJ Brown were like 2 for 10. They could not connect at all. So there was no chemistry. They got to work on that. They'll figure it out, though.
Yo, they're trying to get so much new news so bad. Vero is the top news of New England. I don't care until when. That is the top headline in New England. The fact
I told you
like
that shit's over. Nobody talk about it.
The fact like you said, Will. The fact that no. You seen what he did in his press conference the other day? He brought his puppy with him on the stage.
He's trying to do everything.
But nah. Like you said, Will, these two guys right here,
they gotta figure it out.
Not connected. That means they're gonna connect even more in the regular season. Trust me. I like it. I like it right now because it tests AJ's gangster a little bit. It's preseason, but AJ always has his game day helmet on. You heard some AJ kind of responses, but in all, they were their off season kind of thing. So as long as it doesn't happen like that in the regular season, they're all good over there.
I will. One other thing at a Patriots camp. Gonzo is pissed at Robert Kraft. I can't get that name right. Gonzo had a presser after a practice day and said that he knows what Robert Kraft's done and he respects him immensely, but he really wished and wanted to keep contract talks in-house between his team and the Patriots. He obviously wants to be here for the long haul. He expressed that immensely, but he said that with me not using his words, he was fucking pissed off that talks of his contract got out.
Why is he pissed off though?
So last deal, I guess. Last deal.
Why? Yeah. Why is he pissed? Why is somebody pissed off?
Maybe he's a private person, too. I don't know.
No. But this is the thing, though. Nothing. And I mean, you want to keep it under the cover? Hold on. This Gonzalez is a good player. He's a good player. But is he a good player worthy of the news that's being stuck and then letting it out all one? No, because nobody is. This is the media. This is the land of social media. This is the land of everybody's going to yap. If you thought that was going to stay under the covers, you are damn lying. We even knew, and everybody knows, you can go on the internet and look, that he was up for something and he was going to get that based on his play. And the Patriots were at some point going to say, hey, dude, you're worth this bread. And it was going to come out on TV. Be happy that you're worth that bread. Because there's plenty of guys in the league that ain't. And you are. So take it with a grain of salt. Only thing is, you may play bad now. And that's probably why you didn't want it out.
Nah, the real, I'll give you, that's all fun in games. But the real reason he didn't want it out is because teams, and sometimes players can get away with this, but it's usually the team doing it. The teams will leak what the possibility or what the potential deal is to basically kind of sandbag the other side, like to basically put them in a position where they're now like it's leveraging the rest of the league. Because you're like we were talking about how he was going to set the market, right? So like the moment that like Denzel Ward and them,
I'm about to bring that up.
The moment Denzel Ward's team heard what the deal might be, they immediately started aiming higher. And by them aiming higher, it kind of complicates things for Gonzalez. Now, that's also why Denzel and them waited. They always wait to see what the market is. Okay, bam, I'm worth more. And I don't think Gonzo wanted it out there because he wanted to be the highest paid corner in the league.
Right.
Doesn't he still have a chance to be the highest? Because
no, he was the highest for exactly, I think, 2 days. And then
he never signed no money yet. They said they want to pay him as the highest paid player, and he hasn't had a contract yet. So the Browns jumping for Denzel is a pretend number. This is why
I thought Gonzo signed already.
No,
he didn't sign.
He didn't actually sign. Oh, he didn't sign it. Yeah. So
why the hell is he mad? Because
because now Denzel Ward's contract is going to mess with him because he can't. He likely can't get higher than Denzel Ward. Denzel Ward's a 4-time Pro Bowl.
Ela, I understand that, but Ela, this is going
to... And he's injury prone, just like Gonzo.
Ela, two things can happen from the situation. The Patriots say, hey, we apologize. We'll put a couple extra M's on the pedestal for you. Or two, which I never think is going to happen with this guy, not right now at least. Oh, you don't want to give me this number after we just seen Denzel and all y'all just did? I'm not even going to do that with y'all. I'm going to let the rest of the league look at me and see what dummy's going to pay me more money, and I bought this year. But I think he's going to stay with the first choice. I think the Patriots are going to give him a couple millions just to kind of say I apologize, and he'll take it. He'll be the highest paid player until he's not.
I think what the crazy part about the Denzel Ward contract, though, is that it was only a 2-year contract.
So it's going to be high as hell
because Denzel Ward's contract was 2 years, 62.2 million contract with 52.3 guaranteed. So
guaranteed is huge.
Under 10 million is only in incentives, but 52.3 is guaranteed. Meaning Gonzo, if they want to get him for 4 years, this is almost $100 million contract. He's probably going to get a 4-year 105 if I had to guess.
Yeah, we'll see. But he wants to they leveraged the information, and now he may not be the highest paid when he wanted to be. So we'll see how it goes, though. We'll see. But I get not wanting the talks out, but also I agree to yeah, okay. That's unfortunately shit gets out. This is the world we live in.
Would Jay-Z say, okay, I'm not Black or OJ. Okay. You're gonna get paid at the highest paid receiver. Okay.
Anything from training camp from your Giants, Mike?
So Malik Neighbors was taking part in the drills, and apparently he looked amazing. I watched some of the clips. He looked like he was running, cutting with no problem. Now the next step in that process, obviously, is just to see how he feels. They're going to take it slow, but if there's no real setbacks and he's running, cutting with no issues, he could be there for week 1. And I can't believe I'm going to get excited about this. I told myself I wouldn't. However, Odell Beckham Jr. apparently looked really good in training camp. Take that with a grain of salt, but I guess he was running really well. He still had some movement. He's probably not going to be as fast as he once was, but you figure if anything, you could have a guy that knows how to run routes well and could at least be that veteran guy. And then Braxton Berrios, another wide receiver. He was really linking up with Jameis. He caught, a few passes, caught a long bomb for a touchdown. But we could have we might actually have our punt returner, the experienced guy back there to kind of help us, because the special teams hasn't always been that good for the Giants in the last 10 to 15 years, outside of a few moments. So, but overall, it was a decent day, decent first day of camp. No real issues right now. But the big thing, obviously, is if Malik Neighbors is back to being Malik Neighbors, I'm going to be a lot more braggadocious.
Week 4 is the earliest you should play. Week 4.
No, listen here. This is a new. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you all this right now.
Don't pop my bubble.
This is a new era here, and certain players should sit out and not play. Absolutely. Like Michael Parsons is not gonna come back week 1 and play. We know that. Mike, you seen the highlights today. I think I seen the same ones you seen, right? That man was cutting like it was already Sunday. He gonna be back week 1, Mike. Be happy for it. Hopefully he's good. I think he's gonna cross all the barriers and all that stuff. I just think at first, as a Cowboys fan, because they play us first, was kind of like a chess game, because coaches they're still scheming for the first game regardless of how far the first game is. So now you're letting us know that this guy has the potential to play week 1. So now play as if he's playing. Game plan as he's playing. If he's not playing week 1, then that's good for us. But at the same time, if he's healthy and those M's are riding and shining, let him play.
Play week 4, and if you play week 1, you'll be hurt again by week 4. It's not good, bro. But I can dig it. You gotta play your players. I understand. What else we got here? So glad I looked at that. So pointless. Yeah. So let me get back to the list of what we got, and
we have top 100. We have 499 rated, 499 overall rated players coming into this new Madden.
6.
New Madden game. 6. Okay.
Is it 6?
Yep.
Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford, Myles Garrett. Who else?
Trey McBride.
Trey McBride. That's 4.
Jamar Chase, Jackson Smith, and Jigbu.
Oh, yes, you're right. Yeah, absolutely right.
So we're talking about, should they be 100? I think the only one they got wrong was Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, why is old man Stafford a 99?
Because he had a good year, I guess, and after that they just like, well, he played statistically better than anybody else, I guess. But it's absurd. Like, to put him at the same exact rating as Josh Allen, as if they're holding the same amount of weight for their teams, is crazy. You know why? Yards he would throw for if he had fucking Adams and Puka Nacua? Josh Allen would throw for 7,000 yards.
Do y'all know why Matthew Stafford is 99? And I mean, of course, Myles Garrett is 99, but he's a 99.
Because the guy who does the ratings is a jamoke.
Oh, this is even better. Even better. Even better. EA still makes Maddens, right?
EA still,
yeah.
EA Sports is located in Redwood City, California. Like Will said, those guys are in Cali. They are jocking Matthew Stafford so much, and now probably even more since Myles Garrett is now a Rams.
You know the funniest thing that's so annoying? The guy who does the ratings for NFL for Madden, openly admits doesn't watch games.
Hey, he's a nerd.
It's terrible. Meanwhile, I edit the roster and get it to exactly where he ends up figuring it out by the end of the year, dumbass. Anyways, like I said, I only think the only one I wouldn't have up there is probably Matthew Stafford. Myles Garrett belongs. Jamar Chase belongs. Jackson Smith and Jigba belongs. No problem.
I mean, does Trey McBride really belong? Like,
yes,
99 tight end?
Yeah,
Yes.
because you got to realize who the hell's been throwing to him and what's around him, and it's nothing. The answer is nothing in every direction.
Look at
Just him.
Jamal Gibbs. Jamal Gibbs
He
almost
is
hit
the
a
Arizona
99 too.
Cardinals.
You said Jamal. You said what?
Jameer Gibbs almost hit a 99 too. He's a 98.
Yeah, Jameer Gibbs gets the 98 because like he's so fast, and the way the Madden rankings work is that boosts your overall rating so much with the speed that to make him like a 95, they have to take off so much of break tackle and all and carry, and like he can do all that shit, so you can't really take it off. So there he is, 98. I don't think he'll stay there though. Midway through the season, he'll probably be down to like 96, 95.
Justin Jefferson at 94 coming to.
That's absurd. That's absurd. He's in quarterback hell for that year.
Yeah, they're gonna ding him for having a shit quarterback.
Yes, they used to do it all the time. You know how many years it took Andre Johnson to actually get like a 97, 98 rating after he was just in quarterback purgatory and no one gave a shit. And they just was like, yeah, no, whatever, 92, he's all right.
Then he had 2 good years with Matt Schaub until he decided to turn into a dumpster fire.
Shabby. We had a nickname for that. You could throw a Shabby, which is a pick six. He threw so many pick sixes one year that we started calling pick sixes Shabbies. It's terrible. He's a bad player.
Take a shot.
Now they're known as Genos.
Can't believe he stole my guy Vic's job. Anyway, all right. So we did that. Storylines. I don't think there is. We already talked about biggest training camp storylines and closing. Parlay picks. Each host gives biggest story of the show.
Biggest story of the show, and it's still showing, is that man to Philly, because everybody keeps talking about it.
Yeah.
They don't need to be talking about it, but that's probably the biggest one. But honestly, football's coming around, so training camp and just hearing some news, the little bit of news that we heard from Giants camp and Patriots camp, kind of excites the season. What we talked about earlier in the chat with Jamal Chase and the Bengals having an exciting start to training camp, and we're gonna all see all types of stuff around our training camp. I'm most interested to see the one-offs before the preseason games where teams scrimmage each other in a sense. I'm looking for those.
Whose helmet's getting ripped off? What scuffles we gonna get into? Yeah, I love those games. I think they're stupid, but I love them.
Someone's getting Myles Garretted.
Yeah, I get hit with a helmet. Everybody forgot he's you ever realize that? He's so nice, people forgot he tried to take a quarterback out with a helmet. People just let it go. He's so goddamn good.
Mason Rudolph still has a dent in his head.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what's crazy? Because as a defender, that's your job to defend yourself.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That's not D. It's offense. He went offensive. It's an attack. It's
My
offense.
man went. My man tough. And hold on. When it's all said and done, if I'm Mason Rudolph, I am like ashamed. Like to me, I'm like, yeah, I had a little, media moment for a bit, and that's probably the biggest media moment in my career.
That's the only thing he's going to be remembered by.
But I'm also mad because
I tell my grandkids, I tell everybody that, yo, you see the guy on the all-time sacks list? Hit me in the head with a helmet. I'll tell that story every time. Yeah, what do you mean? That's a great story.
The funniest part about that whole thing, yeah, it happened. And then when Mason Rudolph finally was able to get back up, he acted like a hard ass. And then another Browns defender came and knocked him on his ass.
Yeah.
And then he just sat there like,
Thursday NFL game too. That was the craziest thing about it because on a Thursday, and I don't even think many people were paying attention to that fucking terrible ass game.
No, it was the Browns versus Steelers, and the Steelers were starting Mason Rudolph. Nobody was watching. That shit's crazy. Yo, Myles Garrett gonna feel real bad if Mason Rudolph end up getting fucking CTE though. He committed part of that. He
you're gonna hear one of the names.
Sure.
Yeah, God rest anybody. So I don't even like to even talk about that in the light CTE or anything like that. Myles Garrett's gonna probably be the first person in line to donate. He gotta be right.
He'll be the photographer.
But yeah. So let me see. Thursday night football. Thursday night football still on Amazon. That's a good question.
Yes, I believe so. Hold on, let me check.
Shout out to them last year. Last year they actually put out some bangers on Thursday. No bullshit. There was some really good Thursday games. Whereas the year before it was all fucking Jets, Dolphins, and shit. It was terrible.
Yes, so it is on Amazon Prime still this season.
We got some bold predictions. I don't know what it's for though, because the rest of it got cut off. Is it bold predictions for our teams? Bold predictions for the league in general?
Man, bold prediction. If that's a bold prediction for something, I'm gonna say this today, and I'm lying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The Jets will prosper.
It's not a bold prediction. That is psychosis. You need help. Is what that is.
Hey, talk to Garrett Wilson. He made me a believer when he said it today.
Can Garrett throw the ball? Can he run it too? Like, oh, that team's garbage.
NFC East final standings. Giants, the boys, Eagles, Commanders.
That's pretty bold.
That's mighty bold.
He's trying to
bald.
He's trying to get points from Mike tonight to end the show.
I pissed him off earlier. I got to make him happy now. It's called a happy ending.
Well, you're pissing me off, Jake. Well, you piss one person off, you make them happy, you piss another one off.
I try. Look, I treat him like my wife, man. I piss her off all day, then I make her happy at the end.
This is a terrible method. Nothing to do with any of that. Yeah, bold predictions.
I mean, is it really a bold prediction to say that this is the year that Buffalo finally gets theirs? Like, does that qualify as a bold prediction?
I think they've failed so much that it's still kind of bold.
I think this is the year Buffalo finally gets over the hump, and then Josh Allen kind of cements his legacy as the best player in Buffalo Bills history.
I think that's bold because I think it's going to be very hard for either the Bills or the Ravens to go far this year with first-year head coaches. It's very rare for a first-year head coach to do extremely well, to go all the way into the playoffs. I'm talking about first-year head coaches. Vrabel doesn't count. And I think that the Ravens, with the roster they have a better chance of doing that than the Bills do.
Yes. NFL Thursday Football still on Amazon. First 4 games of the season as follows right here with me. Week 2, September 17th, the opening of the Bills Stadium as they play the Lions. Fire game. Then they go to Lambeau Field for week 3, September 24th. Green Bay hosts the Falcons. Maybe a good game. We'll see how Tua or Penix playing week 1. Week 4, we get the Myles Garrett reunion, but he's not there no more. Mason Rudolph still is, though. Pittsburgh versus Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders is going to have a lights-out game. He's going to be the starter.
Oh, did you see Jerry Jeudy basically said who he wanted the starting quarterback to be for Cleveland?
I heard about it, but I didn't see it.
He was asked him alive, and he didn't say anything. He just did this. He wants Deshaun Cosby.
Okay, and then week 5, 4th game on the Amazon slate at Jerry World as the Cowboys host Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on October. So that's the first 4 games so far. Actually, it's so crazy. The next 4 get fire, and I got to go with the Seahawks Broncos on the 15th. Patriots Bears the following week. Carolina, if Carolina is who they was last year against Green Bay, that's going to be good too. And then week 9, November 5th, Baltimore, Jacksonville. Woo! I'm looking like Amazon Prime first half of the season. Got some fire.
That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. Amazon Prime getting good games. They had to have complained after that first season with Amazon. Amazon's like, yo, what are y'all giving us, man?
They're out there priming, that's for sure.
Jets, Colts? Nah, you need to get a real team in here. So they started getting some better ones. I don't know about the Ravens, man. They haven't fixed their weapon problem. They just keep trotting out the same Zay Flowers, Jason, fucking Bateman. I'm about to call him Jason Bateman.
Bateman, baby.
Yeah, Bateman's the best Bateman's ever been is fucking running RPOs with Jake on Madden. Like, he's not that good of a player.
I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I don't like that. Devontae Walker. Okay, I guess. Like, yeah. We'll see if Surratt, the rookie, see if he steps up. Mark Andrews, will he stay healthy? I don't know, man. I don't see it for the Ravens. Because I don't think their coaching staff got better. I think it got worse. Do we think that they got better than John Harbaugh there?
I just think they needed a new, fresh guy.
That's fair. I can see that.
I think they needed something fresh. But like you said, Will, and you're 50-50 on this one because we don't know. That's the main. When you never know something, you gotta wait. We gotta wait and see it. We gotta wait, and this is the crazy thing. Now NFL's coming. Now we gotta wait and see. We gotta wait a month for some change to see if the Ravens are. Well, I can't say that because if everybody blows over the first game, so we gotta wait an extra couple weeks over that. So that's 2 months. We gotta wait 2 months to ultimately see if the Ravens are okay enough with what they got. It'll be interesting to see what Lamar does. I think honestly, Lamar as the QB is going to be more stationary this year. And I'm not saying he's not going to run the ball at all, but I feel like that percentage, the pass percentage is going to go up. All the things we talk about and knick-knack him about passing is going to go up this year. I think so.
Well, bold prediction for me, the Bengals will finish their season no shorter than the AFC Championship game. I think they're going to shock the world. I think they got just enough. It's not a great defense at all. I think they got just enough defense that offense is going to light shit up. And it'll be enough to go far in this season. I think offensively, weapon-wise, I don't know that there's a team that I'd rather have in the league. Maybe the Rams, but nah. Give me this unit of basically the best receiver in the league and T. Higgins. And yeah, I like the Bengals this year. I like the Bengals out of that division. I think the Ravens are gonna take a step back this year. But yeah, that's my bold prediction. That's our bold predictions.
That's the Parlay Perspective prediction.
That's a bold one. The Bengals. Whew. I can't believe. I just was thinking, and I can't believe I hitched my wagon to the Bengals. That's gonna be fun for this season. I think that's about it, man. We had a hell of a show. We do any more, they're gonna cancel us.
Yes, sir. They're gonna cancel us tonight, man. We went all through, man. Shout out to the plug. Shout out to Coach, man, for the lovely
he set it
topic
up.
Agenda. He set it up. Shout out to Dale for paying $1,000 rather to be on Wednesday shows. We'll let you know on the top up what we're talking about. We're gonna have that topic this week. And shout out to you guys for a incredible week, man. I'm gonna be real with you. I thought I was gonna only be here for one show this week. I got 3, and the reason why I say that is because older kids don't care. I got a young one. She's 8, so there be some days where she's like, "Daddy, F that show." She don't say F that show because she knows that, but she's kind of like, you know how kids are, like, you know. Yeah. But in all, you know, you find people, you chatting with her cousin right now, so I got the smooth sail with the show. So shout out to her for letting me do this tonight because I thought I was gonna be absent.
Shout out to the little one. Let me see. Shout out to the chat. Let me see who's in the chat holding us down today. We had some people. We had Jason up in here. We had Catherine up in here. We had Dale's bum ass. We had Brandon. We had nope, we're not talking about them because they're just selling views. Lame. And we had Pete Dollar. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Mike, I know you got something for me.
Yeah, shout out to you guys. I appreciate the love. Let me come on the show again. If y'all need me next week, I'll probably be available. Monday and Wednesday. Tuesday for the Chavo, though. Cameron's got his playoffs for indoor, so I got to skip that.
Let's go, kid.
But
let's go.
Hey, Will.
What's going on, Mike?
My buddy's wife was getting upset about her weight. She was feeling fat, and he's like, "Listen, don't get upset if somebody calls you fat. You're much bigger than that."
You're much bigger than that. Be the bigger person. I am already. Yeah. So
torta.
Yeah, torta. Yeah, too many tortas out right now, bro. Shout out to the team. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend. We done for the week. Best in the world tomorrow, I believe. Is he doing best in the world tomorrow?
Nah, yeah, best in the world tomorrow. Dale will be back from spending that $1,000 to do what he does for absolutely free, and that's talk. Like Will says, guys with jock strap shorts on and fucking headbands. So yes, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Dale, I believe Jake, And I believe Martrell will be covering you on the latest and SummerSlam predictions, because SummerSlam is this weekend. Best SummerSlam match before I leave out. 94 SummerSlam Steel Cage, Mr. WrestleMania, Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. And I call him Bret Hart Mr. SummerSlam because look at the resume. SummerSlam usually don't change titles back then. Within the first 10 SummerSlams, he had 2. So shout out to Bret. And that's
90.
titles.
Hey, 92 British Bulldog versus Bret Hart, Wimbledon.
I don't remember the years, but whatever Shawn Michaels was reigning, because he's that too. He's a GOAT.
When he kicked Vader in the face after.
Oh, did he do that at SummerSlam when he kicked
Vader? Yeah, when he kicked Vader, because
Vader
was on the spot. Yeah,
Vader
was on the spot.
Hey, another good SummerSlam was 05, I think it was 06 when he oversold Hogan. Fuck Hogan.
Fuck Hogan. Yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Great show. We'll holler at y'all at some point in the future. You know how it goes.
Send me so sorry.
We out.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.